Okay, morning folks. Welcome to the briefing on Friday the 7th of May. Obviously a good day out there, lots of cars, lots of gliders on the grid. Lots of people keen to see what we got and get going as soon as it's actually practical to do so. Low pressure here, which is the sort of disbanding thing that we had about 2 or 3 days ago, and another one out to the west, and we're in the sort of coal in between, the slack air in between two lows, and it is a sort of very slack air mass coming across us. Not particularly high pressure, it's 1,016, 1,017, and it's still unstable up to about 10,000 feet in the lower levels, which is a good thing. But as you can see here, there's the risk of showers in the northern part of the country, certainly down the east coast, as the day goes on. And there's already some shower build-up over sort of Manchester down towards Nottingham area at the moment. So the TAFs are suggesting, there's Farnborough's 285 knots. Finally looks like the Farnborough wind direction is correct for the day. 10k vis, 4,500 feet. I think it will be that 4,500 feet by probably 1 o'clock here, maybe even a bit earlier than that. Prob 30, tempo between 1 and 4 o'clock, showers and rain 8,000 meters. I think there's an isolated chance of a shower looking at the ascents. Very, very isolated down in the south. Gatwick is pretty similar, few at 4.5, and so is Heathrow, very similar. Probably better going towards the Midlands by the looks of it, where cloud base is going to be considerably higher, I think. Upper winds, westerly, 270, 10 knots over most of the centre of the country here for most of the day. Not particularly, although the fronts and the low pressure are rolling in fairly quickly, the wind's not particularly increasing during the day, or until late this evening, really. Clear skies at the moment. These are the sort of little shower lines just running down through here, and they're probably going to sort of be down through Norfolk and the East Midlands for the day. And you can see the start of the sort of cloud from the next low and warm front that's coming in. And we're going to see that late in the day. The infrared shows exactly the same thickening cloud out to the west, off Cornwall at the moment. We'll probably see that here 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon begin to have an effect, but you won't see it over the centre of the country until the day's done, probably. Temperature wise, a few degrees warmer than yesterday. I think BBC was suggesting about 14 degrees, so I've gone with those sort of numbers over the centre of the country. And then dew points, well, they're currently down at about 1, so I suspect dew points will be -2, centre of the country. 0 and -2 here. I think it's going to be -2 dew points over a large area, which, playing with those sort of numbers and the ascents, you know, we should see cloud base in places up around 6,000 feet. So pretty good day in certain areas. The soundings, this is over us by early afternoon, and I think what we're going to have is round here 4,500 to 5,000 feet. Quite sort of reasonable vertical development up to about 8,000 or 9,000 feet, and hence Farnborough sort of suggesting that there's a chance of showers. As the afternoon goes on, it appears to dry out a bit here, and there's a little bit more of inversion develops in the mid-levels. So we should see sort of perhaps a bit less cumulus as the afternoon goes on, but still reasonably high. I think 4.5, again, 5,000 feet around here. And the Lark Hill suggests the same sort of thing. You can see this is the early morning Lark Hill. It's unstable all the way up to about 10,000 feet. It's saying here it's going to require about somewhere between 8 and 9 degrees to break the inversion and us to start seeing cumulus. But if we go with 9 degrees, well, half an hour ago it was just over 7 and climbing quite nicely, 2 degrees an hour. I think we're going to see some form of cumulus before 10 o'clock. and certainly by 10:30 we'll see solid Q base, probably about 2,500. So I think really be ready for a launch anytime after 10:30, folks. Top Meteo, I haven't looked at the predicted soundings for the Midlands, but they're suggesting it's slightly drier air, slightly better air, and that's where you're going to get higher cloud bases in this area. So by 11 o'clock here, they're talking about 3,000 feet around here, and then getting better, certainly in the center of the country, 1,800, 2,000 meters around here by early afternoon to mid-afternoon. More cumulus here, and that's reflected in the ascent that we saw at sort of 1 o'clock, but still cloud base, 1,500 meters. So pretty good here, really good in the Midlands and towards parts of East Anglia. So really anywhere from Wales towards the Midlands seemed to be the best area. I would have thought a task area somewhere towards Hereford and then out to Ely for 500 plus would be realistic today. You're starting to see, if we look at the cloud amounts, that's 2 o'clock, just run to 4. It's again quite good. We've still got reasonable amount of cloud in the south. We're starting to see, if we look at the predicted cloud amounts, some spread out to start off with. I think it will just be towering cumulus here, 6/8 maybe for a bit, and then drying out a bit as the afternoon goes on. But here's the influence of the warm front that's coming in and is going to get us tomorrow morning. Over the Midlands, it says few and scattered, so 3 to 4/8 I would have thought for most of the day. I think the day dying at Lasham probably not until 5, 6 o'clock. Still be able to get back quite easily. So a long day as well. I think it'll still be going here at 6 o'clock. Further north, probably till 7. So should be a good day, folks, and a long day. Right. Operationally, we're on 2.7. I'm sure the grid's in the right place. I'll put the stuff out on the runway for the club flying. There was forecast to be a movement at some point today. It was just time to be decided. I haven't seen a flight plan. So we'll take it that if I haven't seen a flight plan at this time in the morning, it's possibly not going to happen. I'll keep you updated on that at the launch point as we go along. One other bit of local stuff. I've been told by Farnborough that Odium are doing an ILS calibration. They've been doing it all week and mostly done at night, but they may be doing some ILS calibrations today, and that's normally a DA42 floating around in the local area. So keep your eyes out, and that's before 1 o'clock. Local airspace and anywhere further north, really very, very quiet. There's just I've taken the Southampton stuff off because that's active all day, folks. There's no access in there unless you call them. The danger areas don't have a crossing service, and I've also removed the 25 notified paragliding and hang gliding sites that are likely to be active today. Nice weather. And the only other one is air displays and aerobatics at Sywell. So just regard that as active for most of the day with aerobatics. If you get really close, give them a call. Apart from that, very, very quiet. Not a lot to report on airspace wise. So folks, good day. Let's go out and enjoy it. Stay safe. And I'll see you hopefully at the end of the day for a beer.